Cristiano Ronaldo strolled into a Target store in Los Angeles, dressed in casual designer jeans, crisp white sneakers, and a black fitted tee. Despite the laid-back outfit, his presence turned heads instantly. He wasn't there with a team, no entourage, just him and a close friend from Portugal, browsing like regular shoppers. As he stood in the electronics aisle, scanning headphones, a college-aged employee passed by, doing a double-take. His eyes widened as he whispered, "Dude, is that Cristiano Ronaldo?" Ronaldo smiled and gave a nod. The employee nearly dropped his inventory scanner. Then, as if no one were around, Ronaldo leaned over to his friend and said in a tone just loud enough for others to hear, "You know what I realized watching the NFL playoffs?" His friend looked intrigued. "What?" Ronaldo shook his head, laughing lightly. "The NFL is rigged. The refs are literally told who should win. It's a show." Behind a shelf nearby, a teenager paused. He had been browsing video games, but froze the second he heard that sentence. Slowly, he took out his phone, hit record, and held it low, peeking through the aisle opening. He captured the audio and part of Ronaldo's face in frame, clear enough to confirm it was him. He didn't say a word. He just smiled to himself, ended the video, and whispered, "This is going on TikTok right now." And just like that, it began. Back in the parking lot, the teenager uploaded the clip with a simple caption. "Cristiano Ronaldo at Target. The NFL is rigged. Refs are told who should win. Hashtag Ronaldo, hashtag NFL, hashtag what did he say?" He didn't expect much, maybe a few hundred views, a laugh from his friends. But within minutes, the video started gaining traction. 100K views, then 500,000, then over 1 million. The comments exploded. "No way he just said that in a Target aisle. Not Ronaldo exposing the NFL while shopping for headphones. He's not even American and knows what's up." By the time Ronaldo and his friend reached the checkout, someone in line ahead of them turned around and asked with a grin, "Hey man, do you really think the NFL is rigged?" Ronaldo blinked, surprised. "Excuse me?" The guy smirked and held up his phone. "You're going viral, bro." Ronaldo looked at the screen, his own face staring back at him, the subtitle in bold, "The NFL is rigged." He exhaled, amused but calm. Well, I wasn't wrong. The Target cashier looked stunned. Another customer had already started live streaming, whispering excitedly, "He's still here. Ronaldo's still in the store." Outside, 3 more teenagers were filming a reaction video by the red card kiosk. And inside, Cristiano Ronaldo, without trying, had just kicked off the biggest sports debate of the week. From the headphone aisle of a suburban Target. Within the hour, the TikTok had crossed 4 million views. By the time Ronaldo stepped out of Target and into the parking lot, ESPN's social media team had already clipped the video and reposted it across all platforms. At ESPN, Cristiano Ronaldo at Target, the NFL is rigged. Hashtag Ronaldo, hashtag NFL debate, hashtag Target talk. Sports personalities chimed in almost instantly. Stephen A. Smith, via X. "Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the greatest ever, but calling the NFL rigged? Oh, we're going to talk about this tomorrow. First Take is going to be fire." The Pat McAfee Show reposted the video mid-broadcast, shouting, "Bro, Ronaldo just said what half the internet's been screaming for years, and he said it at a Target. I love this guy." Even NFL players began reacting. Tyrann Mathieu tweeted, "Someone get Ronaldo to Arrowhead. Let's talk." Micah Parsons posted on Instagram stories, "Yo, Ronaldo is wilding." Meanwhile, Ronaldo sat in his car, sipping from a bottle of water, his phone lighting up nonstop. His friend scrolled through the chaos. "Are you seeing this?" he asked, showing the trending tab. Ronaldo just smiled. "All I did was tell the truth." At that exact moment, NFL Rigged hit the #2 trending spot in the US. The top trend? Hashtag Target Talk. The world was now listening. And Ronaldo? He hadn't even opened Twitter yet. Within hours, what began as a casual remark in a Target aisle had turned into a cultural wildfire. Twitter was ablaze with opinions. At Gridiron Truth posted, "Ronaldo just said what we've all been thinking. Refs do play favorites. Don't act like we didn't watch that Chiefs-Bengals game." El Diehard replied, "This man doesn't even play football. Stick to soccer, legend." Footy and Flags added, "Cristiano has played in leagues with corruption scandals. Maybe he knows what rigging looks like." TikTokers began posting dramatic reenactments of the moment. One creator even stood in the Target cereal aisle with a Ronaldo jersey, whispering, "The NFL is rigged," before getting escorted out by a friend in a referee shirt. It had over 2 million likes in 6 hours. A sports conspiracy YouTube channel uploaded a 12-minute video titled, "Is Cristiano Ronaldo right? The NFL's hidden hand exposed." 500,000 views in 3 hours. But not everyone was laughing. A former NFL referee, now retired, went on a podcast that night and said, "I've never seen anything rigged in my 20 years, but it's wild that a global icon just said that out loud. It's going to force a conversation whether people like it or not." Meanwhile, at the NFL headquarters in New York, a media relations intern showed the clip to their boss. The room went quiet. "Should we issue a statement?" The boss stared at the screen. "Not yet. Let's see how big this gets." Spoiler: it was about to get a lot bigger. By the next morning, every major sports outlet had picked up the story. ESPN, Cristiano Ronaldo questions NFL integrity, accidental or intentional. Fox Sports, NFL rigged, Ronaldo sparks controversy with viral Target comment. CNN, international superstar Cristiano Ronaldo accuses NFL of bias in viral clip. The headlines were everywhere. Talk shows debated it. Podcasts scrambled to record emergency episodes. But Cristiano? He was calm. In fact, he hadn't addressed it at all until now. That afternoon, Ronaldo posted a photo on Instagram. Him standing outside a Target store, red shopping bag in hand. The caption: "The only thing rigged today was the price of almond milk." 20 million likes in 6 hours. The comments? A war zone. He's doubling down without saying it. GOAT behavior. Ronaldo trolling the NFL like it's La Liga all over again. So almond milk is the code word now? Meanwhile, Target couldn't help but lean in. At Target, almond milk, always worth the price. Hashtag GOAT shopping. The post got 500,000 likes and made it onto the front page of Reddit. Reporters started calling Target stores for statements. Target's media team issued a short one. "We were as surprised as everyone. But hey, everyone deserves their opinion, even at checkout." Inside NFL offices, it was no longer a joke. Internal emails flew. PR teams prepared if-needed responses. But they were too late. Because by that evening, Ronaldo was trending in America higher than any NFL player, and a well-known player was about to enter the chat. That evening, during an NBA game commercial break, Patrick Mahomes posted an Instagram story. No words, just a slow pan of his living room TV. The screen? A replay of the Chiefs vs. Bengals AFC Championship game. Specifically the controversial roughing the passer call late in the fourth quarter. A laughing emoji was added in the corner. The internet caught it instantly. On X, the reactions flooded in. At NFL Updates, Mahomes just responded to Ronaldo's "NFL is rigged" comment with pure shade. Footy fanatic. Why is Ronaldo living rent-free in Mahomes' head after one Target run? The sports banter. We need a Ronaldo versus Mahomes debate on live TV. Skip Bayless moderates. Let chaos reign. Within an hour, the clip of Mahomes' story was everywhere. TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels. Meanwhile, Ronaldo was seen leaving a Miami gym later that night. A swarm of paparazzi asked, "Cristiano, are you saying the NFL is fake?" He didn't stop walking, but with a smirk he turned just enough to say, "I said what I said." One paparazzo shouted, "Are you scared of Mahomes clapping back?" Ronaldo winked. "If he wants to play football with feet, I'm ready." The internet erupted. SportsCenter. Ronaldo, "If Mahomes wants to play football with feet, I'm ready. We need this matchup." In bars, living rooms, and locker rooms across the country, this wasn't about leagues anymore. This was a collision of cultures, and the storm was just beginning. By the next morning, the story had snowballed into a full-on culture clash. Sports outlets weren't the only ones talking. News stations, late-night shows, even morning talk shows picked it up. Target, now firmly in the center of the storm, released an official statement on their corporate Twitter account. At Target, we celebrate spirited conversation and spontaneous moments in our stores. We were as surprised as anyone to find ourselves at the center of a global sports debate. We'll continue to welcome all customers, athletes included, with open aisles and unbiased price tags. The post went viral instantly. Culture Vibe Daily. Even Target got involved. This is wild. First take clips. Target playing it smooth while the internet burns. Meanwhile, Ronaldo was still in Miami and had just finished a light training session when his team showed him the statement. He read it, laughed, and muttered to himself, "Even the store has better PR than the NFL." By noon, he posted an Instagram story of himself shopping at a local boutique with a caption, "At least nobody's rigging the checkout line here." Mahomes, always one to keep it playful, responded later with a TikTok duet, him walking through a Dick's Sporting Goods in full Chiefs gear, dramatically pretending to check for hidden referee flags in the sock aisle. The caption? "Just making sure this store's fair." Fans were eating it up. ESPN, from Target to TikTok, Mahomes and Ronaldo are giving us the crossover we never knew we needed. And somewhere in the shadows, brand managers and marketers were taking notes, because this wasn't just a viral moment anymore. It was a movement. That evening, the debate spilled into mainstream television. Stephen A. Smith dedicated a 5-minute segment on ESPN to Ronaldo's Target outburst. Cristiano Ronaldo walks into a Target, makes a couple of comments about the NFL being rigged, and now we've got chaos, Stephen A. declared, eyes wide with signature drama. "Listen, I respect Ronaldo, I do, but this man thinks referees are getting marching orders? Come on now." Clips from the segment began circulating almost instantly. On TikTok, creators reenacted the scene, complete with costumes and Target bags. On YouTube, reaction videos broke down the footage frame by frame, analyzing Ronaldo's tone, facial expression, even the store's layout, like it was a crime scene. One video titled, "Ronaldo Exposes NFL at Target, Full Breakdown," hit over 3 million views in just 24 hours. And then, a new wrinkle added fuel to the fire. A Target employee anonymously posted a thread on Reddit under the username InsiderAisle32. "I was working in the electronics section, heard him clear as day. He didn't yell. He just said it like it was obvious. And trust me, he believed it." The post went viral. Commenters debated whether Ronaldo knew he was being recorded or if this was a genuine off-the-cuff rant. Some even speculated the whole thing was staged to promote an upcoming project. But one thing was clear. People couldn't stop talking about it. Back in Miami, Ronaldo sat with his PR team, watching everything unfold. He leaned back in the leather chair, arms folded, and said coolly, "Let them talk. The more they talk, the more they show me I struck a nerve." Less than 48 hours after the now infamous Target clip was posted, things took a sharp turn. It wasn't just a viral moment anymore. It became fuel for something bigger. A user on X edited Ronaldo's comment into a short documentary-style clip titled, "Ronaldo Exposes the NFL." It featured dramatic music, slow-motion replays of controversial NFL calls, and Ronaldo's voice echoing over footage of referees making mistakes. It went viral overnight. By the next morning, it had 12 million views. Then came the breaking news. A former NFL assistant coach anonymously posted on Reddit, "You'd be surprised how many times upper management influences ref decisions. Ronaldo might have said too much." That post exploded, adding gasoline to a growing fire. Sports media began picking it up. Some networks called it a conspiracy. Others called it whistleblowing. Stephen A. Smith addressed it on First Take. Wide-eyed and intense, Cristiano Ronaldo walked into Target and detonated a truth bomb. Within hours, protests began popping up outside NFL headquarters in New York. Fans showed up with signs that read, "We stand with Ronaldo. No more scripted games." Target, meanwhile, saw a surge in foot traffic. Not for shopping, for photos. People were taking selfies in the aisle Ronaldo had stood in, captioning them, "Where truth was spoken." And then it escalated again. Someone leaked an email from inside the NFL. The subject line read, "Urgent, contain the Ronaldo narrative before the Sunday broadcast." The league denied its authenticity, but it was too late. Now, people weren't just listening, they were demanding answers. By midday, major news networks picked up the leaked NFL email story. CNN, MSNBC, even BBC World News ran segments titled "The Ronaldo Leak" and "NFL Under Fire." It wasn't just a sports story anymore. It was political, cultural, and international. Pundits debated everything from media control to sports ethics. Ronaldo's words, casually spoken in a Target aisle, had become the center of a growing storm. The NFL released a carefully worded statement. "We categorically deny any allegations of referee manipulation. Any suggestion otherwise is baseless and harmful to the integrity of the game." But fans weren't buying it. Hashtags flooded social media. Hashtag NFLgate, hashtag scripted Sundays, hashtag Cristiano was right. Sports talk shows were in a frenzy. Former players began weighing in. Some laughed it off, others didn't. One anonymous former quarterback told a podcast, "I'm not saying the league is scripted, but sometimes we were told which storylines help ratings. That's all I'll say." Meanwhile, Ronaldo remained quiet. No tweets, no comments, no clarifications. And that silence only made it worse. At Target, employees were overwhelmed by the crowd. People came just to walk the same aisle, whispering about where it all began. Someone even left flowers. Target Corporation sent out a memo urging store managers to prepare for media presence in light of ongoing public interest. And as the NFL scrambled to control the narrative, Ronaldo's team finally responded. A press release, just 28 words long. Cristiano stands by what he said. If the truth makes people uncomfortable, maybe it's time to ask why. The fire was no longer burning. It was roaring. Cristiano Ronaldo sat in his hotel suite in Midtown Manhattan, watching talking heads argue on loop. ESPN, Fox Sports, European news outlets. Everyone was asking the same question. Is Ronaldo exposing something real about the NFL? Then his phone rang. Unknown number. U.S. area code. He answered, keeping his tone neutral. "Mr. Ronaldo," a calm voice said. "This is Lisa Hendricks, Director of Communications for the National Football League. We'd like to invite you to a private meeting, off the record. Just a respectful conversation to clear the air." Cristiano didn't answer immediately. "We'll send a car," the voice continued. "Tomorrow, 2 p.m., Midtown. Our commissioner would appreciate it." Click. The next day, as he buttoned his shirt, Ronaldo slipped his phone into his jacket pocket, already recording. He didn't trust them. The black SUV brought him to a glass-walled executive suite. Inside sat 3 senior league officials, a legal advisor, and Lisa, the woman from the phone. On the table, water bottles, blank notepads, and a single sealed envelope. "Mr. Ronaldo," one of the men said, gesturing to a chair, "let's have a conversation." They started friendly, talking optics, misunderstandings, and the global impact of Ronaldo's voice. Then came the pivot. "We'd appreciate a statement, something light. Clarify that what you said was a joke," Lisa offered, her tone still pleasant. "And if I don't?" Ronaldo asked. There was a pause. Then Lisa slid the envelope across the table. "Inside is a brand deal proposal, endorsements, appearances, compensation. A gesture of good faith." Cristiano looked at it, expression unreadable. "You're not denying anything." Silence. He stood up. "Good to know." They didn't realize they'd just been recorded. Every word, every pause, every suggestion. As he stepped into the elevator, he checked the timer on the recording. 17 minutes. That was all it took to prove everything. The NFL hadn't denied the accusations. They tried to buy him. By the time Cristiano Ronaldo returned to his hotel room, the world outside had no idea what had just taken place. The internet was still debating whether his claims were bold truth or just a publicity stunt. But Ronaldo knew he had something now. Proof. He didn't wait. That evening, he contacted a journalist he trusted from Europe, someone who'd covered his entire career with integrity. They met in private just outside the city, in a quiet restaurant with no cameras. "I have a recording," Ronaldo said. 17 minutes. They never denied a thing. They tried to pay me off. The journalist's eyes widened. "And you're going to release it?" Ronaldo nodded. "I'm done protecting people who protect themselves." Midnight hit. A YouTube channel quietly dropped a new video titled "Cristiano Ronaldo the NFL Meeting, Full Recording." Within minutes, it was trending in 30 countries. The voices were unmistakable. NFL officials, calmly discussing optics, sponsorship deals, and the need for Ronaldo to retract his claims. But not once did they say he was wrong. Not once did they deny that games were influenced. Social media erupted. Sports Leaks HQ. Ronaldo just released the biggest sports whistleblowing tape of the decade, The NFL tried to buy his silence. He pressed record instead. Truth in sport. This isn't about soccer versus football. This is about truth versus power. And Ronaldo just tipped the scale. The video hit 50 million views in a day. Talk shows, podcasts, even government figures began weighing in. Congressional figures tweeted statements. Even whistleblowers from other leagues started coming forward anonymously. Inside the NFL offices, chaos reigned. Damage control had failed. And in a quiet moment, Cristiano Ronaldo, still the most famous athlete on earth, watched the world shift because he had chosen to press play instead of staying silent.